Går det bedre?
Ja, det går mye bedre nå.
Du ser at det kommer nye venner på Facebook-siden. Hva er det for noe?
Jeg vet ikke hva det er med meg.
I had an experience of my previous film back home, or Louder Than Bombs, that didn't happen 1 year. And we had to delay it a year. And I was very frustrated. And I was watching all these like angry films, like revenge movies and horror films, and decided that I wanted to do something different with my co-writer Eskil Folk. So we sat down and thought, let's forget good taste, you know, let's do something very pure and visual and see if there's something liberating in kind of supernatural thriller, psychological thriller territory, horror, you know. But then suddenly I was allowed to do Louder Than Bombs after all, which is a family story. And when I came back after that to look at our ideas for Thelma, I realized that in the middle of it, there was a very human story about a father and a daughter, and a love story. So then we try to kind of combine a character study with these supernatural images. I found it very liberating to see if I could make almost an existential study of a character using the horror tropes as issues of the destabilization of identity. You know, to ask myself, what am I scared of? What is my nightmare? And then I realized that the loss of control is something, or the loss of control of the body, and then also the loss of control of one's actions and one's will is something that's quite prominent in a lot of people. I can at least relate to it. We're also being presented with a lot of superhero movies from America right now. And maybe not all of those are equally exciting, really. I think maybe from the more independent and more auteur side of cinema, people are now trying to see, can we use these opportunities of these stories for something that has a little bit more fiber in them. Feminist horror films are very few, but we have a couple. You know, we have, like, I think Rosemary's Baby to a large extent is a story about female empowerment, or rather at least exposing the female repression of the time. But also Season of the Witch by George A. Romero is a kind of a cool feminist fable. So we wanted to do an empowerment story at a time when a lot of horror films are just kind of victimized women. It's kind of cool to make an empowering story of a young witch, or, you know, someone who takes that position in a way. Thelma is played by Eilidh Harbo. She's done a little bit of acting before, and she's very good. But this is kind of a new type of role for her, so it was fun that she was very brave, and she wanted to do her own stunts, and she did underwater, like scuba dive training, to be underwater for a long period of time. Yeah, she's very, what I like about her is she can bridge. She was 22 when we shot the film, and she can kind of bridge the vulnerability of a very young person with sort of powerful adult stage that she ultimately steps into. You know, I think that's kind of exciting that she can do that. We shoot the film over sort of 45, 48 days or something, and she managed to kind of make that bridge between adolescence and adulthood. I think that's pretty special, actually.